Let's pay homage to the Buddha, fully enlightened one. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Yesterday we have talked about offerings, the benefit of offerings to the dead. So at that time, our Buddha explained possible places and impossible place. There is only one possible place. It is hungry goats or goat friend. So now we will continue about impossible places. Brahmin Chanuk Soni, he asked another question. Does Master Gautama describe any preparation for the impossible places? So that time the Buddha answered, Brahmin, I do describe a preparation for the impossible places. What are impossible places? Remember? Hair, animal, human, deva. Correct? So, how to prepare for these impossible places? He asked. There is a certain person who takes life, takes what is not given, engages in sexual misconduct, engages in false speech, divisive speech, abusive speech, idle chatter, and he is covetous. He is ill-will person, and he has wrong views. Briefly, we can say the one who did bodily, verbally, mentally wrong actions. And also he is the one who holds wrong views. But he keeps food, drink, clothes, vehicles, garlands, scents, creams, beds, lodging and lamps to the priests and Brahmin. Now you see, a certain person in his life, he accumulated both actions. One is black, one is white. So the Buddha said, with the breakup of the body after death, he reappears in the company of elephants. There he receives food, drink, flowers and various ornaments. It is because he committed bodily, verbal and mental wrong actions when he was alive. I will tell you again, sorry. It is because he committed bodily, verbally, mentally wrong actions that after he passed away, he reappears in the company of elephants. But it is because he gave food, drink, clothes, vehicles, and so on to the monks and Brahmin that he received food, drink, flowers, and various ornaments when he reappears in the company of elephants. That's why in our life, if we do two actions, which is black and white, so black karma will give its result, white karma give its result. So in this person's life, so he did and owed some karma. Also he did owe some karma. So there are two actions that he had accumulated in his life. So the most important time It is at the near-death moment. Why he reappears in the company of elephants after he passed away? Because at the near-death moment, the object that appeared, it was an wholesome object. Because of this reason, he reappears in the company of elephants. But because of his white karma, wholesome karma, even he is elephant at that time. He receives food, drink, flowers, and various ornaments. So the same person, if he doesn't reappear in the company of elephants, instead he reappears in the company of horses, or in the company of cattle, or in the company of dog. But as the animals, he will receive food, drink, flowers, various ornaments, because of his wholesome karma. So Buddha continued, there is a certain person who refrains from taking life, refrains from taking what is not given, and refrains from sexual misconduct, refrains from telling lies, and taking intoxicants. He has right views as well, and he gives food, drink, clothes, vehicles, and so on to the monks and Brahmins. So with the breakup of the body after death, he reappears in the company of human beings. There he experiences the 5 strings of human sensuality, the delightful sights, the delightful sounds, smells, tastes, and tactile sensations. It is because he refrained from taking what is not given. He refrained from sexual misconduct, and he refrained from telling lies. And because of having right views, that he reappears in the company of human beings. So in the human existences, he receives 5 strings of human sensuality. It is because he gave food, gave drink, clothes, vehicles, garlands, scents, creams, bed, and so on to the monks and Brahmins when he was alive. Here we need to reflect. The first one who accumulated both wholesome and unwholesome. The second one who accumulated only wholesome. So for the first one who accumulated both unwholesome actions and wholesome actions, in other words, who accumulated both black and white karma. Because at the near that moment, dying stage, an object that appear becomes an wholesome object that make him fall to the animal realms. Because of wholesome karma that he had accumulated in his previous life, even as an animal, he received food, flowers, water, drink in that animal's life. So here all of you should reflect one's own karma. Everybody in this very life, you all have ever accumulated both wholesome and unwholesome karma. Because of this reason, Buddha said, for the common people, ordinary people, after they pass away, many or most of the ordinary people reappear in the 4 woeful states. Because of this reason, if we know that we have accumulated both unwholesome and wholesome actions in our life, we must be very heedful. We must be very mindful to prepare for our near-death moment. Do you know what object will appear at the near-death moment of this present life? Can you tell me? You know where will you go? Nobody knew. So because of this reason, we must consider how to face the death. If we haven't prepared for our death, our future existence, according to the Buddha, is uncertain. If you are the one, like second type of person I have explained, the one who has accumulated wholesome karma in his life, so it is not necessary to worry about his near-death moment. As I have explained yesterday, if we have an wholesome state of mind in our life, even a very small thing, so if we can't remove it, or if we can't make free from our mind, or if we can't make less, even a very small and wholesome karma, if it appears at the near-death moment, it can make we fall to the fourfold states too. So another one, Buddha said, there is a certain person who refrains from killing, who refrains from stealing, sexual misconduct, telling lies, and taking intoxicants, and who offer food, drink, clothes, vehicles, and so on to the monks and Brahmins. He reappears after death. He reappears in the company of devas. There, as the deva, he experiences the five strings of divine sensuality, delightful sights, sound, smell, taste, and tactile sensations. He reappears in the company of devas. It is because of accumulating wholesome deeds. And he receives, or he experiences, the five strings of divine sensuality. It is because of offering food, drink, clothes, vehicles, garlands, scents, and so on to the monks and Brahmins. The Buddha continued, but anyhow, Brahman, the donor does not go without reward. So when the Buddha explained about how to prepare for the impossible places, the Brahmin Janusoni said, Master Gautama, it is amazing, it is astounding, how it is enough to make one want to give a gift, how it is enough to make one want to make an offering, where the donor does not go without reward. That is the way it is, Brahmin. That is the way it is. The donor does not go without reward, said the Buddha. Magnificent, Master Gautama. Magnificent, Master Gautama. Just as if he were to place upright what was overturned, to reveal what was hidden, to show the way to one who was lost, or to carry a lamp into the dark so that those with eyes could see forms. In the same way as Master Gautama. So in the same way as Master Gautama, through many lines of reasoning, many ways of explanation, make the Dhamma clear. I go to the Gautama for refuge, to the Dhamma and to the community of monks. May Master Gautama remember me as a lay follower who has gone to him for refuge, from this day for what? For life. So this is the end of that talk. So we will make conclusions. The Janusoni, the Brahmin, approached the Blessed One and asked, Master Gautama, you know that we Brahmin give gifts, make offerings. He said to the Blessed One, Master Gautama, you know that we Brahmins give gifts, make offerings, saying, may this gift be for our dead relatives. May our dead relatives partake of this gift. Master Gautama, does that gift profit our dead relatives? do our dead relatives partake of that gift? At that time the Buddha answered, in possible places it profits to them, but not in impossible places. With the intention we give gifts for our dead relatives. Those who appear in the animal realm, those who reappear in the hell realm, those who reappear in the human realm, those who reappear in the Deva realm, they cannot receive the gifts given by us. It is only the place, it is the place which is ghost realm that can partake of that gift. Even in the ghost realm, even there are different types of ghosts, only one type of ghost can partake of that gift. Do you remember that ghost? I want to hear. Pradatupa Jivi Pita. This is the only one type can partake the gift given by his relatives. We all have accumulated both wholesome and unwholesome karma. Even we are very happy living in our life, doing this, doing that. As you know, according to the teaching of the Buddha, if we have a starting whole and wholesome karma accumulated in this life, so our future existence is uncertain. So, with the breaking up of the body after death, because of the cause of unwholesome karma that appear at the near death moment, we may reappear in the company of animals. But so in other parts of our life, we have accumulated wholesome deeds that even we appear in the company of animals, we may receive food, drink, flowers, and various ornaments. That's why reflecting one's own karma in this life that we have accumulated, don't be happy. Okay? One day you may suffer for it. Are you happy? Happy for what? And you must try to possess complete happiness. Do you know how to do?
Because listening Dhamma talk.
Just by listening Dhamma talk, you cannot make complete happiness.
Practice.
In Korea, not easy. And you must do Pa-Auk. Okay, now I stop here. I will start another talk, short talk. Very important talk. On one occasion, the Blessed One was staying near Nalanda in the Pavarika mango grove. Then Asi Bandaga Putta, the headman, went to the Blessed One, and on arrival, having bowed down to him, he sat to one side. As he was sitting there, he said to the Blessed One, the Brahmins of the Western lands, Lord, those who carry waterfalls, wear garlands of water plants, purify with water and worship fire. In short, the Brahmins of the Western lands can take the spirit of a dead person, lift it out, instruct it, and send it to heaven. I will repeat again. That Brahmin can take the spirit of a dead person, lift it out, instruct it, and send it to heaven. But the Blessed One, worthy and rightly set awakened, can arrange it so that all the war and the breakup of the body after death reappears in a good destination, the heavenly world. You get the meaning? So that Brahmin can take the spirit of a dead person and can send that spirit to the heaven. He is telling to the Buddha, if the Buddha can do in this way, so at the breakup of the body after death, so people will reappear in a good destination in the heavenly world. Then the Buddha said, Headman, very well, Headman, I will question you on this matter. Answer as you like. What do you think? There is a man the one who takes life, who steals, who did sexual misconduct, and who is a liar, and who speaks divisive speech, harsh speech, and idle chatter, is greedy, bad thoughts of evil, and holds to wrong views. In a brief, the one who commits bodily and wholesome actions, verbally and wholesome actions, and mentally and wholesome actions. Then a great crowd of people gathering would pray and praise, saying, "May this man, at the breakup of the body after death, reappear in a good destination in the heavenly world." And the Buddha asks the question, "Headman, what do you think? Because of the prayers, praise, and saying of that great crowd of people, would that man at the breakup of the body after death reappear in a good destination, the heavenly world? How do you think?" And you give the same answer with the headman. The headman answered, "No, Lord." The Buddha gives an example, very beautiful example. Suppose a man were to throw a large boulder, you know boulder, very huge stone, into a deep lake of water, and a great crowd of people gathering would praise, saying, "Rise up, O big stone! Come floating up, O big stone! Come float to the shore, O big stone!" You like? I will say it again. "Rise up, O big stone! Come floating up, O huge stone! Come float to the shore, O huge stone!" What do you think? Because of the prayers, praise and saying of that great crowd of people, would that huge stone rise up, come floating up, or come float to the shore? So the headman answered, "No, Lord." And then Buddha continued his talk. So it is with any man who takes life, steals, commits sexual misconduct, and is a liar, and one who speaks, who tells lies, and is greedy, ill-will, and holds to wrong views. Even though a great crowd of people gathering would pray, praise, and saying, "May this man at the breakup of the body after death reappear in a good destination, the heavenly world." Say at the breakup of the body after death, he would reappear in a bad destination, the lower ranks hell. Okay? Now, what do you think? The Buddha asked. There is a man who refrains from taking life, from stealing, from sexual misconduct, and from lying, from taking intoxicants. He is not greedy, he is not ill-will, and holds to right view. So then a great crowd of people gathering would pray, saying, "May this man, at the breakup of the body after death, reappear in the bad destination, the lower realms hell." What do you think? Because of the prayers, praise and saying of that great crowd of people, at the breakup of the body after death, reappear in a bad destination, the lower ranks hell? How do you think? So the headman answered, "No, Lord." So the Buddha gave another example. Suppose a man were to throw a jar of ghee or a jar of oil into a deep lake of water, where it would break. There the ruins and jar fragments would go down, while the ghee or oil would come up. Then a great crowd of people gathering would pray, saying, "Sink, O ghee! Submerge, O ghee! Go down, O ghee!" What do you think? Because of the prayers, praise and saying of that great crowd of people, would that ghee sink, submerge or go down? So the headman's answer, "No, Lord." So there is a man who refrains from taking life, refrain from stealing, refrain from sexual misconduct, refrain from telling lies, and refrain from taking intoxicant, and who holds right view. We can briefly say, a man who do wholesome deeds, bodily, verbally, mentally, wholesome deeds. So a great crowd of people gathering would pray, praise, saying, "May this man at the breakup of the body after death reappear in that destination, the lower realms, hell." Even though a great crowd of people would pray, stay at the breakup of the body after death, he would reappear in a good destination, the heavenly world. So when this was said, Asing Pandaka Buddha, the headman, said to the Blessed One, "Wonderful Lord, wonderful. Just as if you were to place upright what was overturned, to reveal what was hidden, to point out the way to one who was lost, or to carry a lamp into a dark, so that those with eyes could see forms." Here what I want to conclude this talk. Important thing is, so these Asing Bandaka Buddha, the headman, the Brahmins of the Western lands, they are proud of themselves. How they are being proud of themselves? They think themselves, we can take the spirit of a dead person, we can instruct the spirit, and we can send the spirit to heaven. Is it they are proud? Is it not they are proud?
Yes,
They are proud? Yes. So they are wrongly believe themselves. We can take the spirit of a dead person, we can instruct the spirit, and we can send the spirit to heaven. Here we can learn from the Buddha how to speak. If we study the teaching of the Buddha, you will see how the Buddha speaks with others. Buddha never argued with anybody. So when the headman said to the Buddha in this way, what the Buddha said? "Very well, headman. I will question you on this matter." Did the Buddha say you are wrong? No, the Buddha didn't say it in this way. You can answer as you like, I will question you. A person who had accumulated unwholesome deeds, there is a person who had accumulated bodily, verbally, mentally wrong actions. People knew that person did unwholesome deeds. A great crowd of people, they gather somewhere and they pray, saying, "May this man at the breakup of the body reappear in a good destination." Buddha asked, how do you think? At the breakup of the body, can he reappear in the good destination? The Buddha and the headman answered, "No, Lord." So Buddha, he didn't refuse his idea, but explaining reasonably, he let the headman know what is true, what is untrue. So the one who has accumulated many and wholesome deeds are the one are like a huge stone. If someone throw a huge stone into the water, and if someone pray, or may this Buddha be rising up, may this huge stone coming up. Even so, a crowd of people are praising or praying in this way. It is impossible the huge stone to come up, to float to the shore. That's why now here we got many knowledge through studying, listening, the talk of the Dhamma, the talk of the Buddha, how to communicate one another without refusing, without arguing. Also we can understand it is impossible. I forgot what you say. So without refusing, without arguing, we should try to communicate one another. Also we got the true knowledge from the Dhamma. If someone said, I can take the spirit of the dead person and instruct the spirit and I can send it to the heaven. If someone says, it is impossible. Every being, they are the owner of their karma. Karma is their heirs. So karma is our relatives. Karma is our friends. Whatever it will be according to our karma. That's why we must depend on our karma. We cannot depend on anybody. Please do remember the teaching of the Buddha. Buddha said, I am the one who shows the way leading to Nibbana. Does the Buddha say, I am the one who can make you attain Nibbana? So if we want to make liberation, we must follow the way shown by the Buddha. Did the Buddha say, I take the responsibility of your liberation? If you want to make liberation, to whom does we need to depend on? If we want to make liberation, to whom do we need to depend on? We, ourselves. Nobody can make our liberation. Here I want to ask one question. Do you want to live under the control of someone? Do you like the influence of others on you? Do you want to be a doctor by praying, may you be a doctor? Do you want to be a doctor? Hearing, may you be a doctor? Someone pray for you. Yes? No? Someone pray. May you fall to the four footsteps. The development of our life and the improvement of our life, the development of our life, the improvement of our life, and the generation of our life, it depends on others. How do you think? What type of person we are? She is giving answer like a slave. What I want to say is, it will be a lazy person. Even to study our school lessons, we must try by ourselves. To be an educated person, we must depend on ourselves. So for the development of our life, for the improvement of our life, we all depend on our life. We must try by ourselves. No one can do for us. Even the worldly gain compared to the attainment of Nibbana. Even the worldly gain, which is easier compared to the attainment of Nibbana. We must try, we must depend on ourselves. So, the attainment of Nibbana or liberation, which is very supreme, very difficult. If we expect from others. So like you are praying, may the huge stone be rise up. May this big stone come float to the shore. So that's why what I want to suggest all of you nowadays, people in the world, not only Asian country but also in Europe, many people now they are expecting their liberation depending on others. What I mean is, we must learn under the guidance of the teacher to make liberation. But Buddha said, not just by praying we cannot attain any gain. That's why practically we must practice Sila, Samadhi, Panya. I should stop this talk here. But this afternoon, they asked me one question about the Javana, my movement. In portion, Javana, my movement. If you remember the 7 Javana, my movement that I have explained 3 days ago, I want you to see not that paper, I want you to see the idle cognitive process. Idle cognitive process that I have explained. Do you see? Now do you see? They want to know what is Javana, my movement. It means what is the function of the Javana, my movement. So there are 2 cognitive process, idle cognitive process and mindful cognitive process. So every process has 7 Javana, my movement. For example, when we do wholesome or unwholesome karma, so during just one particular karma, there arise and perish very many thousand millions volitions of these Javana, first Javana. It means first Javana, my movement, second Javana, my movement, third Javana, my movement, up to 7 Javana, my movement. These Javana, my movement arise many thousand millions of. So among 7, the first Javana, my movement. So it gives its results in this very life. If it can give its result, if it ripens, it can give its result. As I told you, if you do wholesome karma, many thousand millions times it arises. Kusala, akusala. I'm talking only as a particular karma. So if one of first Javana, my movement, volitions, give results in this very life, so the rest of all become lapsed karma, lapsed, ahit, ahosi karma, cannot give results anymore. Because the first Javana, my movement, can give results only in this very life. There are also many other first Javana, my movement, but taking the same object. So the rest of all become lapsed karma, which no longer valid. So I will continue. 7 Javana, my movement. So there are also many 7 Javana, my movement arise. So it can give its results in the subsequent life. It means the karma that give results for coming future life, it is because of 7 Javana, my movement. Here you all need to understand there are idle cognitive process following mindful cognitive process. So mindful cognitive process follow idle cognitive process. This is Citta Niyama, law of Citta. In the idle cognitive process, there are also 7 Javana, my movement, but they are not strong. The Javana, my movement that follow after the Javana, my movement present in the mindful cognitive process. In other words, mindful cognitive process that follow idle cognitive process, that mindful cognitive process arise one after another many times. The mindful cognitive process after idle cognitive process, after fifth time, fifth mental, fifth mind-cognitive process. Jhana in fifth mind-cognitive process is strong. Do you get the meaning? After idle cognitive process, mind-cognitive process arises one time, the second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. Jhana then arises in the fifth mind-cognitive process. It is strong and powerful. What we are explaining, first mind movement, and first jhana and seven jhana means that of jhana mind movement. Now what I am explaining, first jhana and seven jhana, they are of fifth mind-cognitive process, jhana mind movement. Only when the fifth mind-cognitive process arises, jhana are strong enough to give its result. So first and seven means of that mind-cognitive process. So to understand practically, at the Buddha time, I don't remember exactly the name of the donor. I forgot the name, I asked him. So at the Buddha time, when the Venerable, I think Sariputta, went for alms, there is farmers. So they had daughter Uttara. So her parents, Uttara's parents, when they saw the Venerable Sariputta going for alms, especially the Venerable Sariputta, I think, he want to do for the good of this family. What I'm talking, I think it is Venerable Sariputta, I think, but what he want to do is really for the good of that family. Because Venerable Sariputta is an Arahant, so it is fertile land. If someone gets opportunity to plant a seed in the fertile land, it gives its result even in that life. So after offering food to the Venerable Sariputta, it gives its result in this very life. What happens? The whole field becomes gold. Field. They are famous. It is because of the first jhana movement. Okay? Now, understand? Do you get it? So now I will tell you the result of seven jhana movement. Seven jhana movement. A good example is of Venerable Devadatta, the Buddha's cousin. He accomplished two and wholesome weighty karma. First, he pushed a large rock. Big stone, huge stone, with the intention to kill the Buddha. So the rock hit the ground and split into pieces. So one piece struck the Buddha's foot, so seriously cutting the Buddha's foot and drawing blood. This is one, the first and wholesome weighty karma. Another second one, he made a schism in the Sangha. So the schism, the karma that he made a schism in Sangha is weightier of the two. So one of the seven jhana of his schism karma produced his five aggregates in the great head. So the earth opened and swallowed him. This is because of seven jhana. So what remains in the jhana mind movement? How many jhana mind movement remain? Five. 2 to 6. So it will give its result before the attainment of Nibbana. Starting from this life or many past life. So until final Nibbana, they cannot be less karma. So think how many unwholesome karma you have done. How many middle five jhana mind movements are waiting to pay to give its result. Wholesome will give wholesome result. Unwholesome will give unwholesome results. No one, even the Buddha, cannot avoid experiencing the results of these five mind movements. Only the first mind movement, the first jhana, if it doesn't give in this life, it becomes vedic, invalid. If the 7 jhana mind movement gives in the coming future life, so after that all the other become no longer valid. 7 jhana mind movement gives in the coming future life. But for other remaining 7 jhana mind movement become the mind movement which cannot give result. Let's come up. 7 jhana mind movement can give only in the subsequent life. If it doesn't, only one mind movement will give. And 7 jhana mind movement give in the subsequent life.
Yes.
One mind movement only. 7.
Yes.
Then many 7 jhana mind movement.
Yes.
Other cannot give at all. But for the middle 5 mind movement, it will give until final nibbana. That's why we all must be very equal. Don't move your hand without thinking. Don't open your mouth without thinking. Everything will keep their result. That is why someone wants to kill. Killing arises because of the volition. So now what we are talking about, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, especially the cetana, the volition of that mind movement.
It is the same case as the, you say, the small particles rising and perishing, rising and perishing. Jhana is also the 100 million rising and perishing. Which power or energy, which motivation is rising and
Because of your intention. Because when you kill, how strong your intention. It depends on your intention. That jhana becomes strong and weak. When we kill, if we kill a small creature, so you make effort, but not very strong. When we kill very big animal, that time you need to put too much effort. So the karma that you commit to the unvirtuous person, so it will be different. Unvirtuous person and virtuous person. The one who has sila, the one who has no sila. Okay, let us stop here. Tomorrow, one day, I will rest. Okay? Happy? Okay, situation maybe. Tarahasipsiyo. Idam me punyam. Asovekaya. Vaham hotu. Idam me punyam. Nibbanasa. Pacayo. Hotu. Mama punya bhagan. Sabba satana. Ajemi. Desapi. Desana. Punya bhagan.